Welcome, beloveds, and thank you for joining me for this new moon cycle, a collective reading. I am Jennifer. This is 13 Moons Lodge, and this is for the ninth moon cycle, clan, mother, setting, sun, woman. Now, on the Pacific time zone, it's at its zenith at 11:06 p.m. on August 22nd. So I have the cards shuffled here. You know what? I'll just give them a couple more. And I'm going to randomly pick. Whoop, one just jumped out, so we'll start with that one. Make sure I have them all correct here in terms of facing upward, like the whole deck. So I'm not using the Celtic cross this time. I am actually doing 3 rows with a question to address the energies for each particular row. Okay. I have them right beside me here. So the first row is, what are the present energies and how do they affect me, you, how do they affect us? So we're starting with, and this is the significator card. This is the Six of Pentacles. There is a card. I'm using the Relative Tarot once again. So let me just connect with the energy of this card. So this particular card in itself, the energies are to me feel that there's a few things here. It's like we're not taking care of ourselves. There's this energy of doing too much or giving too much of ourselves, and we're feeling depleted in some way. So we actually might be physically depleted, emotionally depleted, energetically depleted, spiritually depleted. So there is an energy of that we're not taking care of ourselves. We're doing too much. We're not respecting our boundaries. Following that particular card, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, and he has to me a very stern energy of like almost correcting you. Why are you not, like a grandfather might, like, and he's lovingly, of course, but sternly saying, why are you not taking care of yourself? Why are you not honoring your boundaries? And that's what this is all about as I'm reading this. So with the Six of Pentacles, there is this, there's this need to recognize why we're doing this. So again, coming back to a belief we're holding about ourselves, something probably from our childhood where we were conditioned to believe that we're not worthy, or that we have to earn the respect or the love of others. So we do things, we give more of ourselves than we ought to. Yeah. So I feel like this King of Swords is saying to us, it's time to, get very clear in your mind about what, is this, again, with the belief system, but this is with the swords, of course, this is air, and this is about, why are you holding on to this old belief? Like, bring the awareness to it, acknowledge it, ask if it's yours. So there might be some introspection needed in this particular cycle. This is Setting Sun Woman. It is about your truth and coming back into balance. So yeah, it's interesting. I do feel these ancestors in these cards, and I really, really love this. So following that, we have another king, the King of Cups. Oh my, and this king is, and I'm hearing the messages right now, and he's asking us as well, why, Why aren't you loving yourself? Why aren't you loving yourself the way you deserve, the way that you are able to love yourself? So this will protect your energy in whatever form that is. And this can be around money as well, right? But this is something that is in the physical world. So changes, there's some changes that need to be made, but it's recognizing your patterns and recognizing, you know, why something is happening to you or why you are having this experience. And if it doesn't feel good, or if it's not feeding you energy and joy, but it's depleting, just ask yourself why, and look for those answers within you. Okay, so the second row, what is being, sorry, I got to put my glasses on here. What is being asked of me this cycle? Okay, I could just leave them on, I guess. But so we have the Empress. The Empress. Oops. So the Empress, and I love how she's looking directly out at us. She's looking directly at you. What I'm getting here is imagination, birthing new ideas. The Empress is right next to the Six of Pentacles, where I was feeling a lack. And she's the opposite. She's like abundance. So the universe, the ancestors are asking us to shift into a mindset of abundance. So gratitude is a way of working with the universal intelligence in order to manifest a different reality. But it begins, of course, with our thoughts. So in working and recognizing, and I'm not talking about spiritual bypassing here, because if you are experiencing lack in some way or depletion in some way, it's up to you, whoever this resonates with. It's up to you. You hold the responsibility to bring this back into balance. So checking in with yourself, looking at your patterns, looking at the beliefs that you're holding that is creating this experience. And this will be a pattern. So it's recognizing that, but then of course coming in with compassion for yourself, self-compassion, forgiveness for yourself and others. But this King of Swords is saying it's time to cut this out. It's time to let these things go. Get clear in your mind about what is yours, what isn't. It is just time. And I'm feeling that sternness here, but loving. And then this about just loving yourself more, and dream bold, dream big, expect good things. You deserve good things. You deserve abundance. It's not even about deserving. We are abundant. The world is abundant. It's just our thoughts that disconnect us, our beliefs that disconnect us from the experience of abundance. So it is there for, I don't want to say taking, because it's not about taking, but it's about receiving. So can you open yourself up to what is already yours? It's your birthright. It's here already. And underneath that, we have strength. And this card is in the middle of the deck. So this is, oh my gosh, you know what? The second major arcana card here in a row. So what work do we have to do? What is being asked of us? This is the strength card. So the strength card, interesting enough, has been coming into my awareness for like the last week or two occasionally. And I've been feeling really resonant with it. So it's interesting that it came up in the middle of this reading. This is asking us to be courageous and to remind you that you are strong and you do have it within you to face these fears, these belief systems that are cutting you off from your truth, from your essence, from your joy, from expansion, from your spirit. This is about stepping out of a form of oppression. This is a self-imposed oppression, but it's about facing your fears, naming them, and recognizing again, and this is sitting beside this King of Swords, cutting out what isn't yours. We're not talking about putting blame to anybody. This is about you, because you are the only one creating your experience of your reality. So this is about being courageous in your inner journey. Beneath that, we have the Knight of Swords. So we have another sword here. So this is about taking action. So this is about doing what you need to shift your perception. So this could be walking out in nature. This could be meditation, journaling to get it out of your head, the thoughts, putting it on paper, looking at it and directly asking, well, is this true? This can be somatic work. You can go to a healer of some sort or a helper, someone that helps with, working with the unseen world and your own energies to release traumas in the body. Could be a therapist, more traditional routes, whatever you are comfortable with. And this is a journey you do not have to take alone. We're not in this all alone. We're all in this together. We all have our stories. We all have our traumas in some form of or other. So you do not need to do this alone. And I don't know why I keep repeating that, but yeah, this is about taking action, setting yourself free. So in the final row, we have, what support or outcome can I expect moving forward? Well, we have another major arcana card. We have the Hanged Man. And there he is. So this is about a change of perspective. Absolutely. So this is an outcome. This is very positive to me. We're ending this row with the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a change of perspective. This is some surrender, and interesting how he is shackled here. So that's going to change. So there's that feeling of oppression in whatever form it is. Yeah, that's about all I'm getting on that card is a change of perspective and surrender. Stop fighting, resisting, running away from the pain, the emotional pain. I think that's our instinct, whatever hurts just to move away from. But things like that, it's really important to sit with. And it doesn't have to be analytical. You don't have to understand it completely, but just be open to whatever comes up. Sometimes there's memories attached. We enter, it's like a doorway. We enter into these traumatic times, or these, it might not even be traumatic, but it could be just something that shaped our world, that changed our thoughts of ourselves, or started to, formulate a belief around ourselves, but that's not true. And so sometimes these emotions, we don't even know what they are, but they're going to be held in the body somewhere. But by bringing our awareness to it and just sitting with it, memories might pop up. That's just, one example. So moving on here, we have the Seven of Wands. Sorry, I'm kind of clumsy today. And it's a weird day. I'm cold, but I'm like in shorts and a tank here, but it's like, it was 10 degrees Celsius this morning. So it was kind of chilly. So I'm half hot, half cold. So this is the Seven of Wands. Feels like something you need to keep close to your chest. You can share it with somebody who is a professional or someone you trust. This is a state. There's a vulnerability to this transition. This getting in touch with these aspects of herself. It's a rawness because it's really breaking down these walls that we have created for protection. And in this whole process, they start crumbling because we realized we never needed them. They were just because it was a wound that we were trying to protect. This is all subconsciously, of course. But then when we actually face these wounds and, maybe there's some inner child work here, and we have these discussions with this part of ourselves and we become the parent for that part of ourselves, or whatever the experience is. These are just ones that are coming in, so they might be relevant to some of you. But that Seven of Wands, it can be, there's that defensive or needing to, I'm feeling in this energy uh, from this card to, we might feel defensive, or that, we got to hold our ground, or there's a feeling of explaining yourself to others. And I'm feeling like that's actually undermining you, sharing too much information or sharing these this vulnerable part of you or experience you're going through with people who might not be in the right frame of mind or um, the right person to hold that space for you. So just be mindful of who you share this with. So just share it with people you feel you can trust in that way, that will support you in the way you need to be supported, and not shut you down or I want to say block, but that's not quite the word, because they wouldn't be doing it subconsciously, but there just might be, it would be something with them. It wouldn't be about you, but it would be their own unseen parts or shadow parts, if you want to use that terminology. But yeah, so there is something here about just keeping it close to you as you are going through this, because there is that rawness and that feeling of being vulnerable. So there is a transition there. So finally, in this last card, we have the Queen of Pentacles, as I had mentioned. And I feel victory with this card. I feel a very positive outcome. I feel like it's someone who becomes stronger in their awareness of who they actually are. And I feel clarity. I feel focus in this as well. And that it's like, I don't want to use that word because it's so overused. Manifesting is the word that's coming in. But as you are, it's like you're rebuilding, but rebirthing. Is that a word? It's like we are successful, but we're experiencing or creating our experience in the world, and everything that we're drawing to us is more from a place of abundance, is what I'm trying to get to. So it's being more focused and clear about who we truly are. So there's a feeling of independence, there's a feeling of sovereignty with this card, and that we are able to bring to us what we truly desire, and create, have those strong boundaries that we're lacking right now. So in this shift, this is where we're headed, and this is beautiful. This is absolute success. So that's wonderful. I love that card. So let me just pick 3 oracle cards here to clarify this reading, or for any extra messages. Yes, we have surrender. And there's the butterflies of transformation. They always, to me, mean transformation. But I'm also getting actually that these are ancestors visiting us. So when you see a butterfly that is fluttering around you, seems to be hanging out a little bit longer than usual near you, recognize This is a family member or a loved one who is visiting you and supporting you. But this card for others of us is also just about transformation, surrendering to the process, letting those walls crumble down, as I was talking about. Okay, so next card, or next message, I should say. Oh, sorry, there's a weird sunbeam coming in there. Oops, don't need all those. Let me just choose one here. Oh, they're stuck together. Hold on. We have Libra energy coming in here. Balance. Yeah, so this is about gaining balance. I talked about balance at the beginning of the reading, so it's great confirmation. This is also telling me that the time frame of this isn't gonna, as things don't usually have a beginning and an end, like boop, boop, black and white. These things are transitional, so they take time, they overlap. It's a cycle within cycles, right? So this particular cycle is looking like it's going to continue until Libra time. So that is October. So that is actually about a month, really, just a little bit over a month. So actually, that's a pretty quick cycle. And one more card here. And I'll list, of course, all the decks I'm using down below in case you are interested in any of them. Okay, and we have, I need my glasses, with the West, completion. Beautiful. There is the card. And I have the book here. I just want to see what else this particular one says. And I love that she has the puzzle piece. So it's like the last piece of the puzzle. So in completion, I'm thinking, yep, this is the end of the cycle. As I said, it looks like it's going to be during the astrological time of Libra, so which comes in near the end of October. And I believe, and let me see here. So this is, number 4, love number 4. That's about foundations. Every cycle comes to a close. Yep. Do not resist the end of something because the end heralds a new beginning. Complete the project. Be a finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is a part of life. So yeah, this is a end of a cycle. This is a cycle of obviously growth where we're letting things go and we are becoming someone new. As this card indicates, we are creating from a new perspective, one as from sovereignty, more independence, of knowing a surety oneself and abundance. So really beautiful. So what a beautiful message. And thank you again for joining me. I will return in a couple weeks for the full moon reading of the Clan Mother, the Setting Sun Woman. And until then, please be well.